Hi everyone, thank you for coming to this year's Nationals Expo. I'm Kyla, based in Bermuda, joined by Ian, based in London, and assisted by Rockin, based in Dubai. We at Enactus, Sussex have been persistent in our efforts to make change and create impact. It has certainly been difficult this year, but today we present the progress we have made in our society and in our projects to revive, where we aim to enrich education by cutting tech waste and curbing the digital divide, and Jafunza, where we improve education curriculums to create agents of change and develop our community. Starting in 2018, Enactus Sussex was introduced to LabDo, a collaborative network which brings recycled laptops to schools around the world. Revive was then born and created to tackle the digital divide and tech waste. The project aligns with the United Nations Sustainable Goals to 4. Quality education, and 10. Reduce inequalities. Only 54.1% of the world's population have access to internet, meaning that a large amount of people still don't. In a world where on average people spend 4 hours a day on it. Just think how many times you've used technology today. We're literally using it right now. In our already wasteful society, electronic waste takes up 50 million tons of global waste. LabDo, we became a central hub for travelers to redistribute our laptops globally. After gaining laptops from small companies and wiping them with our White Cannon software, we were led to Uganda, where we realized that education is an incredibly broad scope.
We planned to expand to Sri Lanka, but then COVID happened. Before the pandemic, we had a scalable business model of gaining laptops from companies and individuals, doing an in-house data wipe using White Cannon software. Our plans were put on hold due to Brexit and the COVID-19 pandemic. We didn't stop there. We shifted our focus and looked closer to home. Unexpectedly, we discovered a huge issue right on our doorstep. The pandemic illuminated not only the digital learning gap within our society, but the overall digital divide within our community. We then pivoted from Uganda to East Sussex. We found that there are 14 deprived areas, meaning they don't have access to what others would call essential to life. Revive addresses UN SDG 10 by targeting areas that are particularly deprived. Schools lacking in resources due to lack of funds are supported by us. This helps take the strain of parents that may be struggling financially to provide for their children. This ultimately helps to reduce inequality in terms of access to tech, no matter the financial standing, gender, or racial background that the child may come from. The map in the far right shows the most deprived areas in blue and the least in yellow. As you can see, there are pockets of very deprived areas in Eastbourne. So we conducted a needs assessment with schools in the East Sussex area, which showed teachers expressing their frustration. We called over 60 schools, as we unfortunately could not visit them. We asked a series of questions such as the degree to which students' work has been affected during the lockdown, if students are still unable to attend classes, the age and amount of students without laptops. From these calls, we had multiple cries for help. An Eastbourne school stated, "We need 20 laptops immediately." For this reason, we became committed to helping the schools in these areas and beyond. This assisted us in filtering future target schools in Eastbourne to Shinwater Primary School, Stafford Junior School, and the Academy. We have been in contact with the Stafford Junior Schools, who are our next target. They currently have 100 people in both staff and student in school, 340 pupils, 101 students given laptops, 32 students still in school, and 32 students in need of laptops. We are looking forward to supporting them by the end of April with laptops from individuals and our partner company, BIG.
We're partnered with Guru and Anoxic Multi Academy Trust and All Faith MAT, which is comprised of 2 primary schools and a secondary school. We gave them 5 laptops and they had the following to say. Enactus devices have been used for our disadvantaged students, and they have been critical for us to ensure that no child misses out on education. The program run by Enactus is vital for schools at a time where pressures are faced in technology requirements, and we're very grateful for the devices that we've been given. Revive addresses the United Nations Sustainable Goals number 4 by ensuring that students continue to have access to education, even in the trying circumstances of this pandemic, and even outside of pandemic situations, and a child's ability to score high in assessments is greatly affected by the access that they have to technologies available through laptops and especially the internet. Revive helps to ensure that all children have access to the same high standard of education. Already, Revive has impacted over 1,500 students across 3 schools. This goes on further to financially impact parents of disadvantaged children as they don't need to buy laptops. This year, we've achieved our goal of getting extra laptops from individual associates, and we're in the process of assisting Stafford Junior School. We have won 2 competitions, one from BIC, one from SAP, and next we're looking to expand.
Jifunza is a Swahili word for learn. Originally intended to be based in Kenya, the project intends to fill gaps in the national curriculum and add to their educational experience. This side of the project is attached to the UN SDGs 8, Decent Economic and Work Growth, because the information that we provide, which you will see later, adds to the stable foundation of knowledge. According to the Good Child Report, 11.1% of UK students are unhappy with their schooling. Prototyping through experimentation is one of the most important areas of design thinking. So we have created a hybrid with our sister project, Jifunza. We want to prevent these feelings of negativity as they can lead to dropouts. I'm sure you remember your school lessons in English, maths, or history, but do you feel they're really applicable to where you are now? With Jifunza lesson plans in financial literacy, social entrepreneurship, and COVID-19, as seen on the screen, students are given an enriched educational experience that creates a bridge between the academic world and the outside world. As you can see, the packs are inclusive of definitions, word searches, and key learning activities. We have brought the 2 projects together, and Jifunza lesson plans are added to Revive computers, creating deeper impact by ensuring Revive's direct presence in the classroom. Providing the computers is important, but we wanted to ensure that they have the necessary tools to take these computers further. Thus, these activity packs help us create greater impact by informing them of how the world really operates.
Our supply chain is the vital part of this project and key to expanding. Therefore, we are experimenting with a number of different avenues. First, we used our personal connections, which allowed us to gather enough laptops to conduct a pilot scheme. After this, we tried to get laptops from companies, gaining 7 and 7 more on the way. However, it's tricky to maintain due to security reasons. And of course, right now with the pandemic, companies are really utilizing the laptops. So due to these challenges, we have decided to divide our business model into 4 sections. The first is building awareness. The second is to optimize sustainable collection. The third is data erasure, and the fourth is expansion beyond Sussex. As mentioned earlier, the supply of laptops is crucial to expanding the project. So in order to ensure that we can optimize the amount of laptops we collect, we're going to continue to experiment through ideas for increasing supply. By building awareness through our social media campaigns, we aim to increase the donations of laptops from the general population. And we plan to do this through campaigns through places such as LinkedIn and Facebook. The second section, we will continue to optimize the collection of laptops to be cost-efficient and eco-friendly. Did you know what a typical corporate laptop has the equivalent amount of CO2 emissions as an airplane flight from Stockholm to Madrid? That's about a 4-hour flight. In worst cases, or even brand new computers, it would be the equivalent of a round-trip flight from London to New York. Over 180 kgs of CO2 is the cost for each laptop delivered. However, just over 300 kg CO2 is the savings that we're producing by repurposing laptops and recycling them. This gives a net carbon saving of 139 kg per laptop. The third section, we will develop ways to speed the process of data erasure through access to a centralized Revive room at the University of Sussex. We're currently waiting for reopening of the business school to be able to do this. This will allow us to move on to the 4th stage as quickly as possible. Financial sustainability is critical to ensuring that our project succeeds. With the help of BIC and SAP, we have been able to make sure that we are here for the long run, as well as our plans on the screen to move further. Over the year, there have been many ups and downs, but our commitment to our community hasn't changed. We have directly benefited teachers and students, and we're going to continue to change the world one SDG at a time. Thank you so much for taking the time to listen to our presentation. We hope that you enjoyed, and many thanks on behalf of the whole of Enactus Sussex.